hello, I didn't see you there. Anyway, cheers. I got my coffee, so I'm going to be awake for all of you. I am Lori Tom, and I'm just going to go live today with some updates about kind of a little bit of a pivot I'm taking for writing. But first, I just want to introduce myself to you. I am a wife, mama, writer, and teacher. And using one tiny little poem form, which anybody can do, and that would be a haiku, I teach people creative self-care that's fast, fun, and easy. And for me, it's kind of how I change chaos into calm. It's how I lead a wide awake life. It's how I keep writing in my life all the time in a way that's sustainable. And you might not have known, but writing haiku is a super easy life hack for those of you who are memory keepers, like the story memory keepers, but scrapbooks and journals that are super duper fancy and require really good coupons at crafting stores overwhelm you. Haiku is a really good way to do that. And over time, I'm going to show all that to you. So that's what I'm all about. Before we keep going, you can see at the bottom of the screen right here, there is a haiku freebie, how to write your very first haiku for a beginner. It's a bit rogue. It's not following all the perfect little rules, but my purpose is to get you guys writing and loving writing. So that's the purpose I'm going for right now. Further down the road, we can worry about all the rules and being purists, but at lorit.com/contact, you can sign up to get that freebie. So if you're here and you would like to put in the comments, either for the replay or the live, where you're from, but what I really want to know is, and I'm going to move this crawler right here so we don't get annoyed by it. What I really want to know is, how do you feel about writing? Do you love it or do you hate it, or are you somewhere in between? So in the comments, in the chat, that would be fun to see, because my sweet spot is kind of helping people who don't really love writing that much, but you know deep down that it's a tool that'll make your life better. So, all right. So what I'm going to cover today is I write a haiku most every day. And if I don't actually write one, I'm looking at the world to see something I could write about. So I'm kind of in this composing state of mind. I will share the haiku I wrote this morning. I want to tell you kind of what my mission is, why I am so into haiku, a new format for my newsletter, which will have a lot of value, but it will be quick to read. And then I want to debut the first two haikus that I wrote. I now take requests. So if people send me a haiku request, I will write one for them, because I love writing that much. And then I also want to find out, if I were to create some courses, because I got lots of ideas, which are ones you would actually do. So that's where we're going today. All right. So let me get my slides up. Now, these are my homemade sweet, sweet slides here. I'm Lori Tom at Always Writing. And all right. So before I talk about my mission, I'm going to read today's haiku. And okay, that was a pause because I went out of order as usual. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my own little screen here so you can just see me in all my glory. So today's haiku is this, and I'll read it to you. It is in my journal. I do a look turn journal. If you want to know about that, I've got lots of posts about it. But this is what the final version looks like. Today's daiku, and I call them daikus because I write one every day. I haiku my day. And so I made the little term daiku for 10/2/19. Haiku prunes my words so light can get to dark spots, like sun on a shrub. All right, so let me tell you a little bit of the backstory of that haiku. So if I turn the page in my journal, you will see this page. And the red writing I added later, but I think of this page in my journal as a composing playground. And you can see it's a mess. And I just start writing ideas down. And then that final one is what I came to. And these are so easy to rewrite and make nice. But that prune line, I did not come up with that word. I didn't come up with by myself. I read a devotional today. It's called Daily Strength for Daily Needs. And it's just a devotional. And there was a line in it that says, "Prune thou thy words." And that's by J.H. Newman. I think it was probably written in the 1800s or something. But I just loved that image of prune thy words. And so I made it my own and used it. I found out about this book because I read Will Schwalbe's book, The End of Your Life Book Club. And it's a book club he had with his mom who was dying of cancer. Now, I know that sounds like a super, super downer, but it's a really touching book. And then to combat the downer part of that, he wrote Books for Living, which is the sequel to that book. So those are books I highly recommend. Anyway, that's the story of today's haiku. Now I'm going to go to the slide that got me off track because I put it up too soon. All right. So my mission is the same, but I'm making a little bit of a pivot. I'm going to be using haiku as the gateway to writing love. I feel like my purpose on this planet is to help people love writing. So many people hate writing, like big time. And I just think that's a bummer because I think it's a tool that makes your life so awesome. So I have been putting out for the last year and online, and then for years and years and years in my classrooms and in family writers classes that I teach, lots of writing things. So in my classrooms, people do them. We do them. We fall in love with writing. It's total rainbows and unicorns, writing love, yay, yay. But online, I'm doing stuff and people haven't really been doing those things. And I've been trying to figure out why. And I looked at what people were actually doing, and people were actually starting to write haikus. And so I thought, hey, I need to go where the people be and go where people are actually writing. So, and that just mirrors my life in that I write every day, and it may just be a haiku, but it's every day. And it makes my life better and bearable at times. And I just want you guys to experience that too. So that is the pivot that I'm making. I'm working on changing my website to reflect that. I'm going like this because I have some notes in front of me and I'm looking at them. All right. So my website, which is currently under reconstruction, is going to reflect this change, as well as my newsletter, which I will get to in a minute. So why haiku? Well, everyone's talking about self-care. And I don't know about you guys, but meditation does not work for me. There are so many doctors who've said, Laura, you need to meditate. And I totally believe them, but I am not a very good sit still kind of person. I got a lot of monkey mind. And for me, self-care that's working, that I'm sustaining, is writing these haikus. And it really calms my mind down because I'm out of my head and I am looking out into the world, searching for things to write about. And so I'm finding these everyday, ordinary gifts that are presented to me, and it is wonderful. So that's one of the reasons haiku has really changed my life in the last year, that I've really been going in a deep dive to haiku. I also think it's a really quick way to do memory keeping. I will be showing you ways to use them as travel journals, ways to use haiku, to record events of your life. So again, I think it's something sustainable. I also think haiku are a great way to help writers see, oh, you don't suck. You can actually be a good writer. And it's an easy form. And the form that I'm starting out with everybody is not actually the official Japanese way of doing haiku. It's an English version. kind of the one that we were taught in elementary school and that I taught in elementary school. But I feel like once you get your confidence with haiku, it just opens up a world of writing that you might be willing to do, like maybe a page or something. It could be fun. They're fast, they're easy, sustainable. And you add all that up and you start to have people who love writing. So that's why I'm doing them. All right. So my newsletter, which I just sent out. And again, if you go to LoriT.com at contact, you will be able to get that newsletter. So I'll just keep that scrolling bit up there going for a little bit. So my newsletter is now in 3 sections. The first section is You Write, and I will be providing once a month a prompt, a haiku prompt that might get you looking up from your phone and writing some words, just like 17 syllables, 3 lines, not a big deal. But that act of having a composing state of mind, of looking for something to write is so enriching. All right. Part 2 of the newsletter will be I Write. And this is where I take requests. And there's a form you can link to when you get subscribe to my newsletter. And you will be able to send me a word or phrase and basically say, Lori, write me a haiku, and I will write it to you. And in a minute, I will show you the 2 that I've already done for people. The third part will be I Like. And I like is basically getting that off. Wait, I want to get this thing off because it's annoying me. There we go. I like will basically be books or movies or vacuums or soup recipes, things I like in the last month and that I love to pass along. I don't know about you guys, but when I get people's newsletters, I love seeing the selection of things they like. It's kind of the first thing I go to. So anyway, give me feedback if you guys like this new format or you don't like this new format. But my goal is to serve you and to give you value when you open up an email to read something. All right. So that's the new format for the newsletter. So from the I Write section of the newsletter, which always goes out on the last day of the month. So I just sent one out 2 days ago. In the I Write part, 2 people asked me to write them haiku. And so I will either email that haiku to you, or if you give me your address, I will mail it to you on a cute postcard that looks just like this. And my website is always writing at LoriT.com. That's why the always writing is there, because I'm always writing. Anyway, I will send that to you. Now, if you give me your address, I am literally just going to put it on the postcard. I'm not putting it in a file. I'm not using it for anybody. I'm not giving it to anybody else. It's just coming right back to you. So I just think it's fun to receive something in the mail. I feel like haiku are things that need to be handwritten to have that human touch. So my writing will be on there, which you will see. And I'm going to debut these 2 haiku right now. So Ginger is my cousin, and her phrase said, cousins who communicate with haiku. She has started writing haiku. She does like haiku when she goes to a church sermon, kind of to summarize it. She does them all over the place. But this is what came to my mind for Ginger. Blessings of haiku. We share the same creation, but miles apart. We do not live in the same state. And then maybe that's, so Lisa, who is a local friend, she sent me the word friendship. And what I thought of, an image that came to mind was friends who are far apart, but still really close friends. So I had perfect Facebook pics, wish I could see her wrinkles, but she's states away. So anyway, that's the kind of thing you'll get. And who knows what'll come out of my brain. That's what I did. And it's so fun. I can't wait to put them in the post office, put them in the mail. The other thing I wanted to show you was just my process. I was just playing with these. This is what it looks like on my piece of paper. And I would love to say that I have everything in organized spots, but for me, the act of writing is the most important thing. This was just on a piece of paper I grabbed when I started thinking about their haiku yesterday. It's not in my neat little journal. It's not in my perfect haiku journal. I have haikus everywhere. It's bad. It's getting really bad. But I feel like the more writing we can get in the world, the better. All right. So what I want to close with is, how can I serve you? I want to close with that question. I have tons of ideas, and I am just to embark a blah, 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 blah. I'm just about to embark on making those ideas into classes. By the way, is this not the cutest cup you ever saw? It's a library checkout cup. Oh, there's my lipstick. That was attractive. Anyway, so I'm just about to embark on making these classes, but I want to do classes you guys are actually going to do. And so I would like your feedback about something that's writing that you would actually do. Now, I have this fabulous, fabulous idea. There's my doggie in the background, by the way. Yeah. Okay, Maddie. Anyway, I have a fabulous idea, and it's for a 5-day haiku challenge. Like, this will literally take you minutes to do. You can read the whole thing, or I'm planning on doing video lessons that you can just check in and watch on your own time. You can do 5 days consecutively, 5 days over a month, 5 days every Monday. You can just choose what you want it to be. These are some taglines that I have that I'm thinking of. And what I would love you guys to do, especially when you're watching in the replay, is give me which ones you think are good, or honest feedback, like, no, wouldn't do any of these. All right, so here are some of my ideas. From chaos to calm, that's number 1. Number 2, this would be the tagline for that 5-day haiku challenge. Number 2, creative self-care when you've only got seconds to spare. How to fall in love with writing fast. Living wide awake with 1 haiku a day. Finding your moment of calm with 1 haiku a day. Fast and fearless writing for everyone. And I'm super trying to ignore my dog barking in the background. I have a feeling you can also hear that. So anyway, please put in the comments whether you would do any of those or any ideas that you have. I would love to also know, hey, Lori, those aren't interesting to me, but this is an idea I have, and I would actually love a class on this, because I want you to write, and I want you to love writing at lorit.com, always writing. So I'm going to sign out, and I hope to see comments in the replays, and I'm looking forward to serving you and helping you fall in love with writing. Goodbye. Have a great day. Thanks, Maddie, for barking us out. Yeah, hi. Yeah, thank you so much. You can see her wagging tail. Wagging tail, live is over, and now mommy can give me attention.